There's a group buying over half of the homes for sale in Fort Worth. Who is it and what does it mean for you? Hi, I'm Keela McGraw, your favorite Fort Worth realtor, and it's no secret that we have been in a historic seller's market for the past few years. We've had a limited number of homes for sale and a crowded pool of buyers for that limited amount of housing. And in North Texas, we've seen homes sell for well above the list price, and it's a simple supply and demand situation. Low supply with very high demand. And yes, here in the Fort Worth area, we've been hearing buyers' frustrations with getting beat out on multiple offers, and they've been good, strong offers. Getting beat out on a home with 10 to 20 offers on it is frustrating, but it was very common here in the past couple of years. I recently saw a report that stunned me. According to a report by the National Association of Realtors, Tarrant County, which encompasses Fort Worth and surrounding suburbs, ranked third nationwide for the percentage of homes purchased by investors in 2021. 52% of Fort Worth buyers were investors. Now, just to put this in perspective, 52% of Fort Worth buyers were investors. Statewide, that percentage was only 28%. So statewide, 28% of home purchases were done by investors, and that is more than double the national average, which is 13%. And before we discuss Fort Worth, there were some other North Texas counties that weren't far behind when it comes to investors purchasing properties. Rockwall County, 45% of homes sold in Rockwall last year were purchased by investors. In Dallas County, 43% of homes went to investors. And in Denton County, 39% of homes were bought by investors. Now, a breakdown of these investors: there are investors like mom and pops like you and I that are just purchasing properties to rent or flip, but there are also institutional investors. So you have companies like Divvy or Home Partners of America, TREC Residential, and these companies are able to purchase multiple properties at the same time. TREC Residential was featured on 60 Minutes and currently has over 240 homes for rent in and around Fort Worth. So why are all these investors flocking to Fort Worth to gobble up all of these properties? So here's a few reasons. Number one, the low cost of living. According to payscale.com, Fort Worth ranks 3% below the national average when it comes to cost of living. Now, with that, Fort Worth's housing cost is 17% lower than the national average. So you have a lower cost of living and a significantly lower average price for a home. That is an investor's dream, honestly. A second reason why investors are flocking to Fort Worth is the rising home appreciation. So of course, after you buy an investment property, you've done the calculations to see if it makes sense. And in this case, it is making sense for a lot of investors. They see that rapid home appreciation and they know that their expenses are usually fixed. The median price of a home sold in Fort Worth in June of 2022 was $363,000, and that's up 21% year over year. I don't know about you, but not many stocks can show 21% year over year growth. So another reason why investors are flocking to Fort Worth is its location. Fort Worth is really located in a desirable part of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It's very close to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, which is an international airport. It has several highways that run through Fort Worth, making it easily accessible to Dallas and other suburbs. And it's a slower pace than Dallas, which some people prefer. Another reason why investors are flocking to Fort Worth is its growing population. So according to a recent U.S. Census Bureau study, Fort Worth had the third highest population gain of any city in the nation. So what is attracting all these people to Fort Worth? Jobs, job relocations, various job opportunities, and not to mention the low cost of living. Another reason investors are interested in this Fort Worth, Texas housing market are rising rents. Since January 2020, average rent has increased 20% year over year. And of course, investors want to take advantage of that staggering opportunity. And the final reason why investors are flocking to the Fort Worth, Texas area, they really do trust that real estate is a long-term investment. Real estate has been chosen as the best long-term investment for the past 8 years. So as you can see, there are a multitude of reasons why investors are really honing in on the Fort Worth, Texas housing market. So if you are considering relocating to Fort Worth or buying a home here, Here's what it means for you. Although rising interest rates are starting to stabilize the market, it does not mean it will slow down investors. So if you are considering purchasing a home in Fort Worth, Texas, remember that there may be investors that are making cash offers on homes. Investors are also very open to offering over the list price for a home. Many times, investors are taking homes as is, meaning they don't want an inspection done on the home. They are okay with really moving forward with that home as is, no repairs. And the bottom line is that investors see this as an opportunity to make a lot of money. So of course, this makes it more difficult for your individuals who are really trying to get a house in this highly competitive housing market in Fort Worth. All this to say, it's important that you align yourself with a knowledgeable realtor that knows the market and knows what's going on so that you can put your best foot forward to try to secure that house. So what do you think? Are you surprised that over half the homes bought in Fort Worth were bought by investors? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.